Everyone to another, Sakura Succubus 3. We're dating Cosmos. Once again, it's a date, and yeah, it's a date. You got it. But I have no problems with your spit, and I bet the ice cream will taste pretty good when fed to me by a total kitty like you. Hiroki is a degenerate, my dude. Cosmos be like, what the flip am I dating? This is hot. Cosmos blinks her big shining eyes. Her face turns an adorable shade of pink as I slurp the ice cream from her spoon. She was the one who suggested it. Nay, demanded that we share a spoon, but it looks like she's getting flustered. Hiroki, Cosmos shifts in her seat. She drops the spoon at the table with a clatter, then surveys me beneath her eyelashes. Do you really think I'm adorable? I swallowed the ice cream with a shudder. I was right, it is too sweet, then smile. Of course I do, you're the best. Wow, the best. Cosmos cups her cheeks with her hands. I've never been told that before. Well, you better get used to it because I'm going to keep saying it. Don't forget, I like you a lot. If I didn't, we wouldn't be going on a date right now. Yeah, exactly. Wow! Cosmos squeaks. Well, I did assume you must like me. It is strange though. Aren't you used to being liked? You're one of the most popular creators on Rapid Pound. You must get compliments every single day. I do, but the kindness of strangers, though appreciated, isn't the same as your kindness. When those people compliment me, they usually talk about my body, not my personality, where I'm good, what I'm good at, or if I'm cute. They don't know me as a person, so they can't talk about my personality. Good point. And while they call me sexy, they don't often call me cute. Good. Now this can be a thing between me and you. Your fans can call you sexy all they want, but I'll call you cute, and I want to see all the sides of you that you don't show anybody else. We can go on dates together, and I'll do all the sappy couple things with what you like. You can feed me in public, and we can link arms. We'll do whatever you want if it makes you happy. What? No, that isn't how this works. Cosmos pouts and kicks me under the table. I'm supposed to make you happy. But I want to make you happy. But I'm your girlfriend, it's my job. No, it's not. Don't talk like that. I don't want you to think of this as a chore. I want you only to do things with me if you want to. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I'm more worried that I'm forcing you. I've never dated anybody before, and there's a lot of things I still don't understand. There's a lot of things I want to do with you too. Being with you is exciting, but I'm afraid I'm too demanding. I don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything. You don't, and if you did, I'd tell you. Yeah, Hiroki is like one of those Japanese men that are not just Japanese men, people that are straightforward. I ruffle the top of Cosmo's head. Don't worry, we won't all be experienced with these things. A little come with time, and we have plenty of that. Well, she has plenty of that. It's not like I'm planning to break up with you or something. Oh, Hiroki, thank you. Cosmo smiles. Really are nice. I appreciate it a lot. You're so good to me, it makes me worry. What about what will happen if you have to leave me? Huh? Why would I ever do that? Don't you believe me when I say I want to be with you? I know I've been busy with work lately, but I really do want to stay by your side. Cosmos giggles. You say you don't like sweets, but you're a pretty good sweet talker yourself. Oh la la, we're doing it. Your words are even more sugar than my sundae. We gotta stop, Hiroki. We're about to give her diabetes. Hearing that makes me happy. Marna always scolds me and Ayu teases me, but I think you understand me. You're so nice. But you've ensnared so many hearts, it seems inevitable she'll notice. Then she might get jealous. If she takes you from me. Cosmos' brow furrows. She dips her head, her expression troubled. Well, I just hope that doesn't happen. I don't want to say goodbye to you, too. I love you way too much. Oh, that's nice. That's a sweetheart there. Once again, we're thinking a few days later. Ah, Ogasawara, you're just the man I want to see. My boss greets me jovially when I arrive at work on Monday morning. He slaps me on the back with one of his large meaty hands and I try to suppress a groan. I'm glad my boss has warmed up to me. after years of my working underneath him, but him being in his good graces is almost as painful as being in his bad books. Those hearty slaps of his hurt, damn it. I'm not a small man by any means. I'm one of the tallest people in my office, but my boss is tall and wide. I think he must have an extra 100 pounds on me, if not more. I hope he doesn't leave any bruises. Now, what are you doing, lad? Sit down. Sit. I have something I want to discuss with you. It's a highly important matter. Right. What is it this time? I have a job for you. It should prove to be pretty interesting too. More so than taking photos at dull political events. Go on. I've been working this company long enough to know what my boss considers newsworthy. He's a bit of a lech. He loves running articles on famous idols, actresses, pin-up models. This is ostensibly in the name of selling more copies of our newspaper, but in actuality, I think my boss just likes gawking at all the photographs of pretty women I snap for him. Throwing shade. There's nothing wrong with gawking at pretty women. Of course, idols, actresses, and pin-up models are in the business of being gawked at, but my boss doesn't do much to hide his interest, shall we say. He's so transparent. So what's this job? Do you want me to meet some celeb again? Yes, indeed. I have it on good authority that there should be several important people at this event, Wakatsuki Marina's chief among them. Marina? I sit up a little straighter. Marina's name has piqued my interest. Do you want me to take some photos of her for an upcoming article? Her and whoever else happens to be there. A big charity event's going to be held the weekend after next. You see, it's all been set up by Miss Wakatsuki. She's arranged a ball for the social elite with champagne and caviar. The works. There'll be an orchestra and hundreds of people will be there. The price of entry is steep, but all proceeds will go towards developing a new children's wing at a local hospital. Well, that's nice. Oh, really? I hadn't heard. I didn't Miss Wakatsuki tell you about it? She didn't have a chance. She's been so busy with work. Maybe this is why it's been so silent on the Marina front for the last few weeks, you know. She must have been busy arranging this charity ball on top of all her other responsibilities. Marina sure is a hard worker. That's a shame. I rather banking on your continued relationship with Miss Wakatsuki. It's thanks to your relationship that we're being invited to all these prestigious jobs. My boss slaps me on my back hard. Don't let her get away from you now. I'll do my best, sir. Not that Marina's a fish or anything. Good lad, that's spirit. Marina might have informed you about this event, but she was kind enough to tell me all about it. She sent me an email this morning asking if I wish to cover it in my paper. She requested that I send you, specifically you, over to take some photos of it. It's good PR for her and her company. She asked for me, by name. Do you think you're up to the challenge, son? Once again, my co-workers are beginning to whisper at this. They're trying to keep their voices down, but I can still hear them. What? Ogasawara again? He's not the only photographer in the office. Why does he get all the best jobs? The boss never used to rate him so much, but now he's putting all his faith in him. It isn't fair. I'm a better photographer than he is. If anybody deserves to go to this event, it's me. Well, we all know life isn't fair. It's not a meritocracy. Whether you get ahead or not, it's all determined by who you know, not what. I sure wish Wakatsuki Marina would pay attention to me. What does Sorry about that. What does she see in Ogasawara anyway? This is it. It's official. There is no God. I have no faith in this world. My co-workers commiserate with one another, all the while shooting me vicious glances. If looks could kill, I'd be dead several times over. Fortunately, looks can't kill and I'm very much alive. I just need to try and ignore them. Being the object of the office collective jealousy is painful, but there's no point trying to argue back. It'd be a waste of my breath. And in my case, I'm too excited about this opportunity to pay what they have to say much heed. The ball itself sounds like it'll be a fun event. Maybe I'll be able to try fall grass. But I'm more excited about seeing Marina again. It's been ages. Yes sir, I'll do my best. I knew you would. Make sure you make a good impression. You'll be representing our paper to a whole ballroom full of the rich and famous. Make sure you brush your hair for once and don't wear those awful jeans. Rent yourself a nice suit. Yes sir. I replied with a touch less enthusiasm than before. I've never thought of my boss as a very homey guy, but it's starting to sound like my dad. I wonder if my boss has any kids of his own. He's old enough for it, but I've never heard him mention having a wife, or a mistress, nor a family. I want you to take a lot of photographs. You need to capture the glitz and the glamour of this event in its fullest. You can't afford to screw this up. It's an incredible opportunity. And if it's not too much trouble, my boss grins, I'd like you to butter Miss Wakatsuki up too. Flatter her ego. Try and keep in her good books. Offer to dance with her maybe if the opportunity arises. And she invites you back to her hotel room. Don't turn her down for pity's sake. Miss Wakatsuki is a very important business connection for us. I'd hate for you to turn her against us. I'll do my best, sir. I reassure my boss not that I really need to. The full extent of my relationship with Marna isn't public knowledge, but it's progress further than I think even my boss realizes it. We're bound together by a strong bond. I care for Marna deeply and I'm sure she cares for me. That'll be why she invited me to this event. I bet she wants to spend time with me too. This isn't just a good gig, this is a chance to spend a bit of quality time with the woman I love. I can hardly wait. I just wonder what sort of dress she'll be wearing to this most prestigious of events. Time passes and the date of Marna's charity ball arrives. I buy myself a nice suit several days in advance, just like my boss instructed. It's costly, but buying it outright isn't much more expensive than renting. Moreover, I tell myself if Marna invites me to even more of these events, I'll need a nice suit of my own. Maybe it's presumptuous of me to assume I'll receive my future invitations like this. But I don't see why Marna wouldn't. We are partners after all. I don't mean that in the business sense. Oh, we're in the fancy ball, damn. The ball takes place in a fancy government building with smooth marble floors and gilt chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. I don't arrive late by any means, but there's already a lot of people thronging the ballroom when I do arrive. There's a lot of wealthy women wearing extravagant, elaborate dresses, but nobody looks more beautiful than Marna. Ooh la la, spicy. She's resplendent in a crimson gown with a very low back. The dress clings to her every single curve, and it makes her look more gorgeous than ever. When she sees me, she flits over to me, a glass of champagne in one hand and a bright smile upon her made-up face. Hiroki, it really is wonderful to see you here. It's good to see you too, Marna, but should you really be talking to me now? Why shouldn't I? Marna purses her lips. You forget I'm the one who arranged this event. I should be allowed to speak to whomever I wish. I'm not saying you can't, it's just... I crane my neck about the luxurious room. Most of these people are unfamiliar to me, but a handful look familiar. I'm sure I've seen the man in the suit, though that's not very descriptive. All the men here are wearing suits, for God's sake. By the trestle table of canopies before. Is he a politician? I distinctly remember seeing him on TV. I think that bald man conversing with a gaggle of pretty leggy ladies is a politician too. Isn't he the Minister of Welfare? Education? Something like that. I don't know. That woman over there is a popular enka singer from the 80s, and I'm sure the man she's walking with arm in arm is the owner of a large electronics company. This place is crawling with the rich, the mighty, and the important. How many connections does Marna have, anyway? There's a lot of people here with way more influence than me. Shouldn't you be trying to butter them up? All in due time, my dear Hiroki. The mere fact I invited them here to this gathering of elites should be enough to flatter most of their egos. You're quite right that I'll have to do a bit more schmoozing throughout the night, but I can spare at least a few minutes for you. But I'm nobody special. Darling, please! Marna hands her glass of half-drunk champagne to a conveniently passing waiter, then takes my hands in her own. To me, you are the most important person here. You might not have as much money as the rest of this crowd, but I know you on a far more personal level than most. I know that you are a sweet, kind man who would do anything to help those in need. That is more than can be said for most. But this is a charity event. I doubt these people would have come here if they didn't want to help those in need. Oh no, no Hiroki, are you dumb? Marna winkles her nose. When you've been to as many of these events as I have, you learn that this is all for a show. These people are posturing. They want to look good to the cameras, the newspapers, and the general public. That's why they come to events like this, and that's why they donate so much of their money to charity. Well, that and the tax breaks. Yeah, if you do charity, your taxes are gonna, you're gonna get some tax breaks and stuff. Because it's donations, so there's no tax on them. You can write donations off, so you don't need to pay tax on them. Most of the very rich do it as a means to safeguard their own cash. I'd wager the majority of these people here are wholly self-interested. They don't really care about anything but themselves. You're different though, that's why I'm so very fond of you, see? I don't think I'm all that great, but thanks for the vote of confidence. I've been feeling distinctly out of the loop ever since I got here. Other than you, nobody's come to talk to me at all. It's like they can smell money. Oh, when you're in college and you're like a nobody, you don't have connection. You didn't go to the gathering of said people, because there are some students that do groups like that before college. You're like, hey, let's gather all the students that will be our classmates. I wasn't invited because they didn't really, I guess they couldn't find my Facebook account or what, or I'm not really that influential. That's it. Other than you, nobody's come to talk to me at all. It's like they can smell money or my lack of it. Don't pay them any heed. I won't while I'm with you. Now, Marna's expression brightens as the violin quartet in the corner begin to play. I'm rather fond of this song. Would you care to dance with me, Hiroki? Of course I would. I'd love to dance with you, but we have to stop right here because we're gonna be 16 minutes in, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode of Sakura Succubus 3. Stay safe, everybody, and see you later. Goodbye.